Today's video is super duper important because I'm going to be showing you some ways that you can accelerate your language learning by only using your phone and your browser. So let's get right into it.
Just Kayla doing Kayla things. Bow.
If you want to accelerate your language learning, the first thing that you're probably going to want to do is change your podcast speed or your playback speed. And the playback speed is just the speed of the video. You can slow it down or you can speed it up. So I'm going to show you how to do that on Spotify because that is what I use for podcasts and just music in general. So when you go to the podcast episode of choice, you're going to go to the left corner. It'll say 1x. When you click on the 1x, it'll bring you to some more podcast speeds. If you want to slow it down, then you'll go to the less numbers. So 0.8 or 0.5x. If you want to speed it up, then you're going to go to 1.2 and higher, and the normal speed will just be 1x.
Queridos amigos de TED en Español, ahora que terminamos la 7ª temporada de nuestro podcast, queremos volver a compartir con ustedes algunos de los episodios que más nos gustaron. Les cuento también.
If you are not using a podcast app or a music app, then you can do it on YouTube also. So you're going to go to a video of choice. In the top right corner, when you tap on the video, there will be 3 vertical dots. You're going to click on that, and then it's going to give you some options. You're going to go down to playback speed, click on that or tap on that, and then you'll be able to change the speed that way. Changing the playback speed on YouTube is the same on the website. So if you go to youtube.com on your desktop or your laptop, then you're going to go to the bottom right and it'll be a settings icon right next to the closed captions icon. You're going to click on that and then it'll say playback speed. You're going to click on that and then you'll be able to change the speed that way. That way you do not have to download the video and change it anywhere else. You can do it right from your browser. I really do utilize the playback speed, making it slower, because even on some videos that are specifically for beginners with spoken Spanish, it still seems so fast and I have to slow it down more. The next thing that I'm going to show you is how to utilize transcripts. Now you're going to go to the 3 horizontal dots right next to the save button on your browser. You're going to click on that and then it is going to show you timestamp by timestamp of the transcribed text. And you can actually copy and paste it into a document and use the document for the writing exercise that I talked about a few weeks ago. The link to that will be in the description. Another helpful tool is being able to translate right on the spot in your browser or on your phone. So to do this, on the phone, you're just going to select a text, then you're going to click on translate. Once you've clicked on translate, it'll give you the translation and it'll actually read it to you.
Necesitan.
And you can change the language as well. Now I'm going to show you how to do this on your computer. If you have Chrome as your browser, you're going to go to the Chrome web store and look for Google Translate. You're going to install Google Translate, if you have not already, to your computer. From there, if you go to a web page and you select a text, you will be able to translate it into another language right on the spot without having to copy and paste it into anything. And something else that I found really helpful is translating English to Spanish when I'm reading an article or a story. So to do that, you're going to also go to the Google Translate extension. You're going to click on the icon in the top right if you have Chrome, and then you're going to click on Translate this page. And when you click on Translate this page, guess what it's going to do? It's going to translate that page, and you can pick the language that you want to translate it to. Of course, the translations aren't going to be 100% accurate because some things cannot be translated, but it's going to be better than nothing. And you can even hover over the text that you just translated and it'll show you the original text. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can use the accessibility feature to have text read to you. So what you're going to do is go to your settings on your iPhone or your Apple product, and then you're going to go to accessibility. Once you go to accessibility, you're going to click on spoken content. From spoken content, please make sure the speak selection is turned on when you go to Safari or whatever browser that you use. Then if you select the text, it'll read it to you. You can also use the highlight content feature, which just highlights the content as it's being spoken to you. Then you can also change the voices and the speaking rate. Now to show this in action, you're just gonna go to your browser. I'm using Safari. I just picked a random article and I already translated it from English to Spanish. So then I'm gonna select the text that I want to be spoken, and then you'll be given the options to speak. So you're gonna click on speak, and then it'll say the text that you selected.
Las historias cortas, que van desde la ficción flash hasta las novelas cortas, necesitan llenar mucha trama en un pequeño periodo de tiempo.
Again, if you have an Apple product or a MacBook, then you can do the same exact thing. All you have to do is go to accessibility in your settings as well, do the same process. And then when you go to a web page, you go down to speech and then select start speaking.
Pero ¿cuál es la mejor manera de ayudar a tu hijo a comenzar su aventura con la lectura? Pero ¿cuál es la mejor manera de ayudar a tu hijo a comenzar su aventura con la lectura? En primer lugar, todos los casos son diferentes. Algunos niños aprenden a leer en 2 idiomas simultáneamente. Otros aprenden secuencialmente, se convierten en lectores fluidos.
When I want to brush up on my verb conjugations, I go to 1, 2, 3 Teach Me, and it'll show me all of the conjugations in all tenses in indicative, imperative, and subjunctive. Another thing that I found on 1, 2, 3 Teach Me is the Spanish sentences maker. So all you have to do is put a word or phrase in the text box, press submit, and it'll generate a few sentences using that phrase. And I found this is pretty helpful when I need to see how the word is used in a sentence. When I'm not using Google Translate, I'm using Deepl Translator. It is my main translator. I like it a lot because it gives me the most common uses and the less common uses of any verb or any word. Finally, the last thing that I've found very useful are frequency lists. If you can find a frequency list for your target language, it'll help you so much faster than if you didn't use one, because it is going to show you all of the most commonly used words in whatever language that is. You can access this frequency list by clicking the link in the description. That'll be all the tips for this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that your language learning accelerates in ways that you cannot imagine. So, Kayla out.
Just Kayla things. Ba-dum, bow.